I got married. I am now a wife, and I am sitting down in today's video to tell you all about it. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know that I got married this summer. And if you've watched some of my other YouTube videos, you've probably already met my now husband, Ben. I wanted to do this video today because I got some questions on Instagram about our wedding plans, and when I was planning our wedding, I also watched a lot of YouTube videos to try to get ideas and inspiration. So I feel like it's now my turn to make such a video to maybe help a fellow bride. So get a snack, get comfortable, and we are digging in. First thing to know is that I got married twice. Lucky me. And what I mean by that is that we actually did 2 wedding ceremonies. So Ben and I had a private ceremony here in Montreal at the courthouse to do like all the legal part of getting married. And then we also did a ceremony and a weekend party with our closest family and friends in the UK. So why did we do 2 weddings? So when we got engaged almost 3 years ago now, I was more into like the elopement type of idea. I've never been the kind of person that like dreams about the wedding day or anything like this. So I wanted to do something very intimate, and I kind of like the idea of eloping. But Ben also wanted to do something with our friends and family and something that maybe was a little bit more traditional. So we kind of did both. So we did this first ceremony here in Montreal that was very, very intimate, like just Ben and I and our 2 witnesses. And then we also did a wedding party, as I like to call it, with our immediate family and our closest friends in the UK. And also, since we live in Canada, we needed to make sure we were legally married here in Canada. And then because we live here as well, we felt like it was nice to go to the UK where Ben is from to go and be with his family. So we traveled there, and so did my family and friends, so we could all be together. So first, let me tell you about our courthouse wedding. So we got married at the Montreal courthouse, which is located in the old Montreal. It is not a pretty building. It is very government bland type of building, but that's okay because we were there for a very short amount of time. So to get married at the courthouse, you need to apply. You can do so either by mail or you can go in person. And we decided to go in person. And the good thing about this is that we were able to right away select our date and time for our wedding day. So pretty simple. We showed up to the courthouse. We had filled up a form prior. You need to pay a fee. Then you select your date and time. And then that's it. Your appointment for your wedding is already organized. And then when it's your wedding day, you just show up for your appointment. You can be dressed up if you want or not. You can exchange rings if you want or not. You can do vows if you want or not. It's very flexible in terms of the things that you can do. You can have guests, no guests, as long as you are there with at least 2 witnesses and that you have the judge and you listen to what they have to say about marriage and you sign the paper. The rest is kind of up to you. You have, I think it's like 30 minutes total to do whatever you want to do. So we kept it super, super simple. It was as intimate as it can be. It was just Ben and I and our 2 witnesses. We did decide to do a ring exchange and to exchange vows as well. Then the judge did her speech. We signed the paper and we were out of there within 10 minutes. It was so quick, which is actually pretty good because then it gave us a lot of time for the rest of the day to do other things that are a bit more fun. So after the legal ceremony, we then walked around the old Montreal to take some pictures, and lucky us, one of our witnesses is also a very good photographer, so he was able to take some beautiful pictures of us around Montreal, and it was like the most gorgeous day, which was perfect for the pictures. And it gave us this picture that I'm going to show right here, which is, I think, my favorite shot from this day. After taking the pictures, we went to a rooftop bar in the old Montreal just to celebrate and have a few drinks. And after that, Ben and I went to a meal, just the both of us, at like a very nice restaurant in Montreal that we had been wanting to try for a long time. So it was just like a very intimate, romantic day. We had also booked a room at the Fairmont Hotel downtown Montreal, which was a very nice treat. So it turned out to be just like the most romantic day that was really just about Ben and I and our union together, and it was so much fun. For that day, I wore a Zara pantsuit and some sandals from Aldo, so I really wanted to keep it like super simple, and I did my own makeup, and I went to see my hairdresser in the morning so she could like curl my hair nicely, because it's always nicer when someone else does it than when you curl your hair yourself. And the goal was just to have like a look that looks like me, but just a little bit more glammed up, but I still wanted it to be natural and to do something that I would wear on any other occasion. And I think I got it. I really loved my look. We also had flowers, so I had ordered a bouquet of calla lilies, and then Ben had a matching bouquetière to go with it. Is that what it's called? Bouquetière? Boutonnière? Which was very nice. I had picked calla lilies to kind of keep like a monochromatic look. It looked really nice. However, the flowers were very annoying to carry through the day. It was still a very nice day, and I am so glad that we decided to do this intimate day by ourselves. So now let me tell you about our second wedding ceremony, which took place in Wales in the UK. So a question I got a lot is, why Wales? Because Ben is not from Wales, he is very much from England. It was mainly because of the house. So when we knew we wanted to do like a party or a ceremony in the UK with our closest family and friends, we started looking into like a house that could have everybody for a whole weekend. Just price-wise, I think renting a house for a weekend versus renting a wedding venue for one night, the house was cheaper for 3 nights. So we looked into like luxury houses type of thing, and we found this beautiful house that was located in Wales that could sleep 14 people, which was perfect because it was about the size of our wedding party. So found the house, fell in love with it. We were looking for something that was very British looking. Felt like since we were in the UK, might as well go for something that looks like it, that is like the very like British charm. Didn't want to have like a modern type of house. So when we found that venue, we just fell in love with it, everything that came with it as well. I'm gonna make sure to link it down below as well so you can go check it out. So we stayed there for 3 nights, and on our first night we did a pizza night because the house had a wood pizza oven in the backyard. So we were able to have a nice evening outside in the garden, eat pizza, get to know each other as well, because Ben and I knew everybody, but our families had never necessarily met with our friends and everybody. So it was like great to just chat, have fun, and it was very casual. And then the second day was like the official wedding day. So in the morning we had a brunch, and then we did kind of little ceremony in the afternoon. We had asked everybody to dress up, and we had Ben's brother kind of officiating the wedding, and it was like a very quick 10-minute ceremony, which was lovely. After that, we had drinks, and we had hired a photographer as well for the afternoon, so Ben and I were able to get some shots with her, and she was able to also take gorgeous photographs of the whole family. It was such a good decision to get a photographer, because at first I wasn't sure, you know, it was so intimate, it wasn't very traditional. I thought, is it weird to have someone come in and take pictures? But no, it was not weird. It was so nice. Elaine did such a beautiful job. She was able to capture this very special and unique moment for us and our family. And then to continue with the more like traditional wedding stuff, we had a cake, we danced, we also did a treasure hunt with everybody, which was so fun. We also had a caterer that came in to do a 3-course meal for us. So we had picked the menu, and a chef came in early in the afternoon, cooked everything at the house, and then there was also a person doing the service. So all of us were really able to like sit down for dinner, have someone make food for us and bring it to us, and it was delicious. It was even better than I could have imagined, which was kind of a gamble because everything we booked it remotely. We didn't do a tasting of anything. We didn't meet with any of our vendors before because we live here in Canada and we didn't travel to the UK to make any arrangements. But everything turned out perfect. The food was so good, and it was such a nice treat to have this person coming, cook for us, serve the food to us, and I think everybody really enjoyed it. And then after the dinner, it was just, we kept on going with the wedding stuff. We danced, we drank, we did some karaoke as well, took some more pictures, ate the cake, and we just had the best of time. And then we had one more day at the house, which was just more chill. We had organized a little outing in the nearby village, and it was just really having some quality time with everybody. And in the end, it was such a beautiful weekend that was full of love and happiness. It was not stressful at all, which is something that I really enjoyed. The fact that all the legal part of it was already done. Like, we were already married when we had this ceremony with our friends and family. So it really took off all of the stress. We were in a house. We were not like at a venue with loads of, I don't know, people around that maybe we don't know. So it was still very intimate, and I felt like it just took out all of the stress, and it was just like, here we are with our family and friends in this beautiful house having the best of time. So for this second ceremony, I got a different wedding outfit, which is amazing. You have 2 wedding ceremonies, you get to have 2 outfits, right? I wore a dress from Boutique 1861, which is a dress shop here in Montreal, and I also got some white cowboy boots. I had ordered as well a headband and matching earrings from Etsy, and like that was it. I really wanted something very simple, and also I had to travel, right? So I couldn't have anything that takes a lot of space in my luggage, but I love this look so much. I think it was like kind of romantic, and I wanted something as well that would fit the house a little bit, but I also wanted to be myself, which is why I got some cowboy boots, because I love a good cowboy boot. And then I did my own makeup, and my sister did my hair, so it was very much like me, just a little bit more glammed up. And this time we didn't do any flowers. First of all, my first flower experience was not the best, and then second, I felt like because we were traveling and everything, it was kind of a hassle to go and get flowers. So no flowers for this time, but everything else was just so beautiful anyway. We didn't even need to buy any decor or anything because the house was so pretty, and the setting and everything, that we just embraced it. Okay, so now let's rewind a little bit. Before we did all of these weddings, I had a bachelorette party, of course. So I want to tell you a little bit more about that. So my bachelorette party was a little bit earlier in the summer, and my sister organized it for me, which was so good because then I could really kind of take a step back, and I feel like a lot to organize already with the wedding, so to have someone else to organize the party was such a nice little treat. And I think it made it even more fun because it was a little bit of a surprise, which is not something I get a lot. I'm very more usually a type of person that organizes everything. So thank you so much to my sister for having taken care of everything. So what did we do? First, we went axe throwing, which is something I had never done before, but I had heard of it. And none of my friends had done this before either. And it was so much fun. You can't drink at this type of place, which makes sense. Like, you can't drink alcohol and have weapons in your hands, but it was fine because after that we went to a local bar and we had like drinks and a little snack and just enjoying the beautiful summer weather. After this, we came back to my apartment just to change, refresh a little bit, and then we went out for a delicious dinner at one of my favorite restaurants here in Montreal. And it was like a set group menu, which was perfect because then again, we didn't even have to pick what we wanted to eat. They just brought food to us. Everything was so delicious. The drinks kept on flowing, and it was just the best girls' night ever. Now let's talk honeymoon, which is maybe the best part of getting married, is to do this trip afterward. So after all of our weddings, we went to Nice in France. So we were there for about a week. Why did we pick Nice? It was a place we had both wanted to visit, the south of France, and we were looking for somewhere that we could chill and do activities if we wanted to. So Ben and I are usually very much like, we love to plan things when we travel and do loads, but at the same time, that's not the vibe we wanted for this specific trip. But we're also not the type of people that can just like sit on the beach for a week. So we felt like Nice was a good choice. It was someplace new, it was warm, it was sunny, and it was the perfect combination of, yes, you can be by the beach and chill if you want, but also if you wanted to do activities, we could. So we were there for 5 days. It was also perfect because it's such a short flight away from the UK, because we were in the UK prior to that. So we arrived there. It was like the most gorgeous weather. It was so nice. We had rented an Airbnb by the sea. So from the Airbnb, we could see the Mediterranean Sea. And it was just perfect, drinking wine, eating croissant, going out for dinner. We did a boat tour as well one day, which was amazing. I would recommend this tour to anybody. and really it was just so romantic, and being able to have this great quality time together of just like chilling and being by ourselves, but also trying new things. So we were there for 5 days. It wasn't the longest trip ever, but it was what we wanted to do at the time, and honestly, I wouldn't have done it any other way. A question I got a few times from either family members or on Instagram is if there is anything I would have done different. I would love to say no, but there is one thing I would have done different, and it's having the flowers at our courthouse ceremony. It's such a small thing, but the reason why I got flowers was like I went on Pinterest like doing the final things, and I kept seeing pictures of those brides with the flowers in their hands, and I thought this is really pretty. Maybe I should have flowers. So this is kind of where maybe that went wrong, is that I didn't do it because I wanted to, and I did it more because it's something I felt like I should do. So like 2 weeks prior to our courthouse ceremony, went to the local florist to get flowers. So it was very like a rushed last minute decision. And yes, it was pretty in the pictures, but was it worth the hassle of having to carry them all day? It was really annoying to have to carry them. I don't know why I was so annoyed. Also, I feel like when you have a bouquet, you usually have like a maid of honor that can help you carry things around, but I didn't. So I had to carry like my purse, my phone. We had even our rings to carry for the ceremony plus the bouquet. So I felt like I just wanted to leave the bouquet somewhere and not bother about it. It was very pretty in the pictures, but if there was one thing I would have done different, probably I wouldn't have gotten flowers. I don't think it was worth the $200. So that's it for this video. I think I've given you all the details I could. If there is anything else that you would like to know, you can always leave your question in the comment section down below. I think the last thing I would say is to listen to yourself. This is an advice I got from watching videos, reading articles, or other brides. Do what you want, not what other people want you to want. If you do want something traditional, go for it. If you don't, just don't. And that's what Ben and I did. We really listened to ourselves and what we wanted for this special day that is ours. And I think that's why it was such a success. And in the end, we were so happy with the whole thing. I will make sure to link everything I can in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are a fellow bride and watched this video hoping to get some ideas or inspiration, let me know. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.